Hello, this is Bruce Allen. I'm with SRN, and I do a show on Wednesday nights, your time, from 8:30 to 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm here with Mr. Silee K. Williams. He's a speaker, author, and motivator. Mr. Williams, welcome to the show.
Man, thanks a lot for having me.
Great. We're broadcasting live from my cafe and my coffee shop, in Eastlake, Atlanta. And thank you again for being here today.
Absolutely.
Great. Did you get a chance to try the basil lemonade?
I did. As a matter of fact, I sampled some when I first came in. And so then I ended up buying like a huge cup of it, man. You know, it absolutely tastes great.
I did the same thing. You're absolutely right. This is our second live event here, so
okay.
It is great stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
And for our listeners who are not familiar with you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So like we was talking a little bit off air, I started 2013 is kind of when everything kind of started for me as far as when it comes to speaking and those type of things. I wrote my first book. It's called The Makings of the Champion.
Okay.
And the book really talks about understanding that different events in life do not come to take you away from your purpose, but understand that God uses all these events in life in order to help you to become more effective in the things He's called you to be. Because so many times I find myself where I would run into people, and I'm sure this happens to you a lot as well, where people would oftentimes talk about, well, I wanted to do this, but this happened.
Exactly.
Or, well, I had this dream, but this occurred. Which would oftentimes they would say it in a way that would deter them. But in the book, I really want to open people up to a different perspective and understanding this is that I fully believe that if anything comes into your life, it comes to mature you. It comes to make you better. And so the only difference is between opposition and opportunity is the way that you perceive this moment. So the book talks about understanding, listen, those things are not coming to deter you. Those things coming to impact you, to give you the necessary tools to be more effective in the lane in which you was created and called to be.
And those things can be negative, I guess. The negative things that could influence you to.
Well, essentially, let me say this, man. Is that one thing I noticed while growing up is that opposition and opportunity are birthed from the same place.
Right.
If there is no lack, if there is no need, then there's no room for opportunity. The only person who capitalizes on it is the person who looks and say, well, this is a need, but I'm called to fix it.
Right.
So if I don't have these bad moments in life, and there will never be an opportunity for me to be able to grow and blossom. So those negative points works just as well as the positive points, depending on how you look at these moments.
Right. So you use them as, stumbling or building blocks.
Well, absolutely. Let's take for this network, for example. The reason this exists because there was a void, and someone looked at the void and said, "Hey, this is an opportunity." Where others might have said, we need something like this. Someone else looked at it and said, "I'm the person to create it."
Right, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is Bruce Allen with Survival Radio Network. We're here at Eastlake Cafe, my coffee shop at Eastlake, Atlanta, and I'm talking to Mr. Silee K. Williams, speaker, author, and motivator.
Absolutely.
So you do a lot of speaking engagements, I take it.
Well, yeah. So let me tell you, man. Like I was telling Clark the other night, is that this whole thing started, as a matter of fact. Speaking of opposition, I got laid off from my job. I used to work at a place called Title Max, right? Okay. So I got laid off. It was July 2011. I'll never forget it. And I was sitting at home and I was thinking, man, what is it I want to do at the next phase of my life? What is it that obviously I felt like there was certain gifts and talents and things that I had, but I felt like I really was not using them to my full ability. So at this moment, I said, I really want to get. One thing I noticed is that what I always like to do is communicate. Right. Talking was something when I was in school used to get me in trouble, but I understood that throughout my life it was something that I would do well, and people thought that I did it well as well. Another thing is that I noticed from being a child is that a lot of times people would seek out my advice about certain things. So I said, maybe I shouldn't let this moment pass me by. Honestly, so I started doing, I looked at the situation around me. I didn't have a job. So I basically started speaking over a conference call line that I started on Wednesday afternoons called Empowerment Sessions. Okay. And that's how everything rolled from there.
Very nice. Yep. Excellent. So you found, in adversity, you found your opportunity.
I did. I absolutely did, man. I understood that everything about my life was going to be birthed out of this moment. And to be honest with you, I did not want to let that chance to pass me by. I used what I had around me. So when I started, I was absolutely awful. It was terrible, but it helped me to be able to help to craft my talent, be able to help me to broaden myself, understand different things, and how to be able to speak. So that's how everything got kicked off for me, man. And from there, I started doing other speaking engagements, and it started to grow. Then I ended up writing a book. Those things started to grow and develop from there.
Right now, how many speaking engagements on average do you do a year now?
Man, that's a good question. I think it just really depends. Let's say this year, I think I probably did like over 50.
And what type of audiences are you?
Well, it kind of ranges from either from conferences that focus around religious events to conferences that focus around more so success events. You know, it just really depends on the topic. So those are kind of the ranges what I've been in thus far.
Very good. Sounds like you're a natural at what you do.
Yeah,
Something that used to get you in trouble in school now is helping you make
it did, man. It used to get in trouble a great deal.
I see that's a wonderful testament of, you know, taking a negative situation and building it into something really positive.
It is. You know, and the thing about this is that I don't really think there's anything unique about that story.
Right.
I just think that very few of us really look back and see consistently what has taken place in my life from the beginning.
Right.
Because, you know, one thing I noticed is that not only did I like to talk a lot, when I was a child, there was a guy, I grew up in a city called Savannah, Georgia, right? And there was this pastor, his name was Matthew Odom. When I was 6 years old, I had to have my mom buy me his speaking tape, and I would mimic him in my room when I was 6. And so I realized that consistently, these type of things always showed up in my life. And I think that when you look for passion, when you look for success, you will always find yourself in a position where you'll look back and say, I may have not been doing this on this level,
right,
but I can consistently see where this has shown up in different areas of passion over my life.
Everything has led to that point in your
absolutely
life. Right, absolutely. Now, how can people get your book and find out more about you?
Well, I mean, you can most definitely find me on Facebook. So my name is Silee. It's Sileek Williams. The book is on Amazon. It's in Barnes & Noble, every place you can purchase books. You can also go to my website as well.
Okay, and what's the name of the book again?
It's called The Makings of a Champion.
The Makings of a Champion. That's a great title. And what's up next for you? Anything, events or anything coming up?
Well, right now, you know, so I'm on the verge of releasing my second book. It's called Exceptionalism.
Okay.
And also, too, September 17th through the 19th here in Atlanta, I'm hosting a conference called Purpose Conference. It'll take place at the DoubleTree Hotel.
Okay, now is that a faith-based conference?
It's kind of a mixture of both. So there's a faith-based element. It also talks about equipping yourself for putting yourself in a position to be able to maximize your life and those type of things.
Now, is it open to the public or?
It is. So it's open to the public, but you have to register. So you can go to the website. It's called purposeconference2015.com.
Okay, and this is the first year for them?
This is the first year, man. It's the first year. I've done events where there was more so one-day events. This is my first time hosting a conference that takes place over a span of a few days.
That should be good. Now, you're going to have other speakers there? Or
Yeah. So there's other speakers there as well. It's not just myself. So each night we have workshops where there'll be other speakers. We have keynote events that will take place on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There's also 3 different speakers for that as well.
Sounds like a great event.
Absolutely.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, if you'll give us our contact information one more time before we go.
Yeah. So you can contact me on Facebook. Contact me on Twitter. Twitter, my name is I am Silee. Instagram is the same way. You can reach me on my website. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bruce Allen. I've been speaking with Mr. Silee Williams today. Please check out his books, websites, and everything. It's like great motivational tools. And I appreciate you coming out and taking some time.
Man, I most definitely thank you guys for having me.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.